Hi, Jane.
Hey,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, so the last time we've talked, you kind of discussed some things going on in your life. Is that still the same? What's different? What's going on?
Not much. I got another DWI. Um, Work's going okay. Um, my mom's still in Old Hay, cruising around.
Okay, so, well, first, the DWI, okay, when did this happen?
It was last Saturday.
Okay, and were you going home from the bar or what?
So I was at the bar. All right, I'll tell you the whole story. So I'm at the bar, and I had a sober driver lined up, and they were like, "Oh, we'll just hang out with you at the bar. We're dancing, doing our thing." And so we're getting ready, and I turn over and I see him drinking booze. And I'm like, "I thought you were supposed to be the sober driver." And they just kind of giggle at me. Well, by the end of the night, the guy was puking all over the bar. I'm screaming at him. And I'm like, "Forget this garbage. My car was only a block and a half away, so I'm going to walk." It took me, maybe 7.5 minutes to walk to my car. Maybe 10. But I didn't even fall over the whole time, so I figured I'm okay. Once I sit in the seat, I'll be all right. No big deal. It's not like this is the first time that I've drove home drunk.
Okay, so you told me that it took you about 10 minutes to walk to your car for a block and a half.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Did it ever pop in your mind that that was maybe a sign that you were
Like to stop and pee in the bushes.
okay? So you didn't think of any consequences when you got into that car, knowing that you have had a DWI before and that it could happen again.
Well, what's the big deal? Yeah, I've had a DWI before. It wasn't that bad.
So how much did you drink when you got in the car?
Hmm, 4 or more.
Okay, four or more. What? Can you be more specific with that?
4 or more drinks.
Okay, so four or more drinks.
And like 6 shots of Jack Daniels.
Okay, and you were feeling like you could drive then.
Well, that was within the whole night. From 8 o'clock to midnight, too.
That is still quite a bit of alcohol to drink. What did you blow?
After I drove? Well, so now I got in the vehicle.
Okay.
We better just finish up this story.
Okay.
So then I got in the vehicle and I'm like, "Oh, I feel okay. Like, that's all right. I'm gonna just cruise around." I start driving around probably for about 45 minutes, maybe a half hour. And I stop at the store because I had to put gas in, get smokes. And then I found this guy that I know. And he said, "Hey, Jess, I got some marijuana and and I'm like, "I'm drunk. If I smoke this, I'll be falling asleep at the wheel." He's like, "Well, I got just the perfect thing for you." So then we smoked a bowl of crystal meth too. And then, so I felt okay, sober. I was like, "Oh, I'm good to go." 6 blocks later, cops pull me over. And they're like, "What do I smell on you?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Nothing." He said, "I think you've been drinking." So then he pulls me out of the car, makes me get breathalyzed, and I blew a .37. That isn't that much.
Okay. Do you know what the normal blow is if you do get pulled over?
Well, yeah, .08, of course.
Okay. So .08 and .37. Do you not see a big of a difference there, or
Well, couldn't that happen in one drink?
do you think it could happen in one drink?
Sure.
Well, I don't think it could. Um, but so when you have you ever smoked or done meth before? Like, was this your first time?
No, that's how I knew. I knew that it was gonna help me.
That it was gonna help you
Be
get
more
sober
sober, yeah.
so that you would be able to drive home.
Well, yeah, but then I couldn't even fall asleep. So I get home after all this excitement with the police because they're like, "You're going to jail. It's all gonna blah, blah," yelling at me, and I'm like, "I ain't even doing nothing wrong." They bring me home, and I'm there. Shh, can't fall asleep. Jerks.
Who are you calling jerks?
The cops, of course. Shouldn't got me all riled up.
So, you don't believe that the cops pulled you over for a good reason?
I think that they're overreacting.
Do you think you were swerving all over the road, or why do you think they first
I
decided?
smoked with meth. I was fine.
Okay, so that you think that the meth made you all better, and it wasn't like you had a single drop of alcohol in your body, or did it feel like you were still buzzed, or?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, I knew I had been drinking. I drank quite a bit. But what else was I gonna do? Dee Dee gets way more loaded than I was, puking on the bar. What am I supposed to do? Walk home in the freezing January weather? It's freezing January outside.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna freeze to death out there.
Yes, and it is good that you did not walk home, but
So then I go and I get my car, and then these stinkers gotta mess around with me. They couldn't just leave me alone.
do you think that you maybe could have called someone else before you got in your vehicle?
Who wants to talk to a drunk person at 2 o'clock in the morning? Not me. If somebody was calling me on my phone saying, "Will you come get me?" I would have been like, "You just shut your face. I'm not coming to get you."
But maybe they would have realized how much drinks you had and would have rather you get in their car. They would have rather picked you up, got in your car, instead of getting in your car. Did you ever consider that?
Who was I gonna call?
Do you have friends here, or
Not that we're loaded right with me.
would your mom? What does your mom think of all of this?
She probably would have came and got me.
Well, that's good that you realize that maybe would you consider calling her next time you need a ride home before you get in a car?
I guess.
Well, that's good that you have realized that. So does your mom ever like talk about your drinking problem, or because you live with her, am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. Does she ever consider it a problem, or does she talk to you about?
She's tried talking to me in the past, but then I just tell her, I'm like, "You drink, what does it matter?" And then she always wants to come back at me with, "Well, I don't drink till I'm blacking out, and I'm not puking on the couch," and all this nonsense. I clean it up.
Okay. So what is when you say when your mom drinks, what is she drinking?
Well, she'll drink wine coolers, beer. Sometimes on special occasions, she'll have them giant iced teas.
Okay. And what do you drink?
Straight Jack Daniels, baby.
Okay. So do you see a difference in that? How maybe your mom is drinking casually 1 to 2 wine coolers or beers, but then you're going to the bar and you're drinking straight Jack Daniels. Do you see a difference in that, or do you think alcohol is alcohol and
Yeah. Alcohol is alcohol. What does it really matter?
and you mentioned how so here, let's do this. What are like the pros of drinking to get blackout? Because do you drink to get blackout drunk, or do you drink to like just casually have a few and have fun? Like, what are you getting drunk every time you're drinking?
Oh yeah, I'm getting drunk every time I'm drinking.
So what are the,
So like some of the things that would be considered like a good reason why I drink is because there's nothing else to do here. I work at a bar and grill, and there's nothing else to do in this town. I meet a lot of people though, and I have a lot of fun. Like I'm out almost every weekend with people.
okay, so do you have any like other friends besides the friends that you go out with and get drunk with every weekend?
Well, I like my coworkers. I don't really drink with them,
Do
but
you-
they still drink.
Okay, but do they drink the amount that you do?
Mm, guess I don't know.
Would you ever consider, like, have you hung out with them outside of work? Like,
Not really.
would you ever consider doing that maybe? Just trying
Maybe
to
try it.
find like different.
I might try it, maybe.
Okay. Just to get you doing more activities and, because you said that there's nothing to do in this town. But-
No, what are you gonna do? There isn't even a golf course here. There's no mini golf, no skee ball.
But maybe, like you could all just take a little quick 20-minute road trip and you'd find a golf course. Or, like,
I know that plays golf anyway.
or like go out for dinner or go to a movie or, go bowling or go on the boat. We have lakes all around here.
Well, that'd be cool if I was getting wasted. It's so much funner doing that.
So do you think that if it involves alcohol, that's the only way you're gonna have fun?
Maybe. It makes me feel good.
So are there any consequences of you drinking so much, do you think?
Well, I've drank to the point where I've been doing nosedives in the concrete, puking in my own living room. My mom says that she's scared that I'm gonna choke on my own vomit and die. I think she's acting crazy.
Okay, so you said that you have done nosedives in the cement and you have puked in your own living room. Does that kind of set off a red alert in your brain that's like, oh, like is that any sign to you, or is that just proving that you had a good time?
Well, I don't know, I had a good time till the next day.
But do you see any like red flags about that? Like maybe
Well, it's not like I get that drunk every time.
you don't nosedive and puke every time,
No.
but you do get fairly drunk every time.
Yeah.
Okay. And so your mom thinks you have a drinking problem, or
She doesn't want to talk to me.
she doesn't want to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
She don't want to talk about it. I mean, like, she's a single mom. I ain't got no dad, no other siblings. She probably don't even know how to deal with me.
Does that like scare you that she doesn't really know how to handle you?
No, I just think she needs to talk to me like a normal human being.
Did you ever think that maybe you could talk to her first?
I've tried. She's like, we're not going to talk about this now.
How do you present yourself when you want to talk to her? Do you like
Say, listen here, Mom. Let's talk about this.
do you say in that tone?
I know.
Okay. Do you think that might be a reason why she doesn't want to talk? Because you are kind of using a louder voice towards, maybe that might come off as rude to her. So maybe would you consider going in a different way?
Like what?
What do you think?
more serious approach. I'm having a hard time being serious. Like, I don't really want to grow up and be an adult.
And you're 30, 33? And you don't want to grow up to be an adult.
No, it's not fun. Who the hell wants to work, go out, have kids, have a freaking job that you gotta all the time be there? Hard stuff you gotta deal with? No way. I can just cruise around at Mom's house for a little while and work at the Applebee's. This is the longest time I've ever even had a job.
Okay, and how long have you worked there?
A year.
And what has happened to the other jobs? What went wrong
I
with
just
those?
leave.
You just got up and left?
Yeah, if I don't like it, I'm not gonna stay. They don't need to know why. I could just go. Or if I don't feel appreciated. Or if I don't feel valued.
So have you tried to get other jobs besides bars and grills or stuff like that? Like, what's your education level?
I got my GED.
Okay. And you didn't go off to college or?
No, nobody's going to college. Why go to college? Those are suckers paying $4,000 a year to go to classes and spend $3,000 on books every semester. Idiots. Stupid suckers. They could just go in, start from the bottom, work their way to the top. And if you really like something, why are you getting paid to do it anyway?
So you think that you should work from the bottom to the top? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if it's something that you love.
Is that what you're going for? Or
No.
like, is your passion to work at Applebee's or something like that for the rest of your life?
No, it's all right now.
And you mentioned just living with your mom. Do you have plans to ever move out?
Yeah, Mom cooks in, does the laundry. Why not?
Do you ever consider maybe helping her out with that kind of stuff?
I take out the garbage once a week. I think that's pretty good. Maybe do the dishes every once in a while.
Okay.
I always get cake when I do that.
Well, that's good. She must enjoy that then. So maybe since she's giving you cake because you're doing that, do you think you could maybe help her out a little bit more and kind of take on a little bit more to help her out?
Why? She ain't got no job. She ain't got nothing to do. She even tells me, she's like, you don't need to do all this. I'm going to do it. She says I don't do a good enough job. I ain't got time for all that.
So how often are you working at Applebee's?
Well, it depends on the week. Mostly part-time, but sometimes I double out and work from like 10 to 10.
And so where is that income going? Like, do you have it saved up for your future or?
No, I just go partying.
So what would be we talked about the pros of drinking. What are the consequences that you have encountered with from drinking?
Well, I just recently got my second DWI. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Okay, so it sounds like you were starting to realize that maybe isn't the best thing.
No, because I know that once you have one and then you have another one, they like make it worse. And who knows what'll happen. Now they got this crazy med panel all over people.
Okay, is there any more consequences?
Well, I suppose the nosedives and the concrete wasn't that great.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't feel very good.
I ended up in detox that time.
So
Ever woke up in detox in a pair of pajamas with puke all over you? It sucks.
Is there anything else?
My mom, she's probably getting frustrated with all this.
And do you realize that your mom has given you a lot, is providing a house for you and stuff, so maybe would you ever consider like taking more of her feelings into heart and kind of considering what she's telling you?
Well, I can't talk to her. If I could talk to her maybe about some of the stuff, I try to be respectful and quiet when I come home.
Okay. So would you consider that a goal of yours to sit down with your mom like we talked about and using a more serious approach to talk to her about this issue? Is that a goal of yours that you think you could try out?
I'll try it.
Good, I think.
But I can't guarantee it's gonna go well.
Well,
So then what do you do if she's like, I don't want to talk to you right now?
then we'll figure out a new goal. We'll work around that and just see what else we can do. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. And so, do you ever consider how much you drink as a problem?
Maybe a little.
Okay. What do you mean by a little?
Sometimes I overconsume alcohol.
So do you think we could work on that, or you could work on that to get to a point where you're not drinking and you're getting blackout? You're just maybe, if you're gonna go out to the bar, maybe have a few drinks instead of 5 drinks and 6 shots, trying to limit how much you are drinking. Would you be willing to work on that?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. So I think those 2 goals that we have set up for you, talking to your mom in a more serious way and trying to work out the kinks that you two have going on, and then you focusing on drinking less, I think are good goals. And if you are willing to try them out and see how they go, I think that's great. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I guess I could try to work towards those goals. Being nicer to my mom, maybe sitting down and talking with her. Trying to consume, what's less alcohol?
What do you think? Like, what would be the appropriate, like, obviously, do you think that you'd be able to, like, go out and have one? Like,
Probably not. That's probably not happening.
so what do you think is an appropriate number that is less than what you were drinking now?
Well, let's see. So for beverages, 6 shots of Jack Daniels. Oh, maybe 3 shots of Jack Daniels and 2 beverages.
Okay, that's better than what you have been drinking.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, maybe try starting out with that, and then if you can even do 1 drink and 1 shot, and you're like, I'm good to go, then awesome. But let's work on that goal and see how it goes. Do you think
Okay.
it's manageable?
Sure, we'll try it.
Okay. So why don't you try it this week, and then next week we'll talk about your marijuana and meth use and kind of figure out goals for that area. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Okay.
I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for talking.